Hello Marika and hello everybody. So this week several people from several countries and organizations gathered here in Amsterdam in the headquarters of ACID. We had a training called COSIYA, which was about agroecology, decoloniality, intersectionality in an urban setting. Therefore we visited lots of different projects and initiatives all around the city, all on the topic of food justice and social justice, social inclusion. Two of them were the Vokumokum and the Taste Before You Waste. The Vokumokum is a food cooperative, a cooperative of people, collectives, families, buy organic food in large quantities once a month. The idea is that it gets cheaper and accessible for more people, while at the same time also kind of creating a community. And the other one is Taste Before You Waste, which, as the name already says, it's about rescuing food from supermarkets, small grocery stores, and then creating a communitarian dinner based on donations. And we visited both of these initiatives, and we realized that one of their big struggles is their bubbles. It's very much about the same people, the white, privileged people from the same bubbles. And they shared with us that one of their wishes and challenges at the moment was to step out of these bubbles and become more socially inclusive. Translated mean into how could Vokumokum and Taste Before You Waste bubble hop and collaborate with locals and non-white social and political organizations in different food justice movements.
And we think that in order to go deeper in this question, one of the key let's say action should be to reflect on the motivation that moves the organization, that moves the food justice movement. Another practices we came up with is the importance of collaborate with other social justice organizations. Apart from these wider practices, we have been identified some more practical practices for the two initiatives.
On one hand, practices for the Vokumokum. We came up with one which would be stickers, which can be spread all over the city, basically everywhere. And the stickers would have a small QR code, which would lead to a video. And the video would basically be presenting the Vokumokum, the food cooperative, but with subtitles in several different languages. Making flyers, also in multiple languages, also explaining the food cooperative and handing them out on different events. I personally often come up with a reflection or a challenge of thinking whether or not I would actually prefer more consuming only organic foods and products or more local. Organic food is organic but can still come from all over the world and still have a huge ecological impact. Even though it is organic, it can still come from huge monocultures and doesn't mean necessarily that it is regenerating for the ecosystem.
It could be good to start and problematize the meaning of a label. It's also true that certified organic labeling assure that certain standards, environmental standards are respected. But on the other side, this runs on the social side, both at consumer level, since organic produce are less accessible, and also we don't know what happens in the field, which are the workers' conditions of the organic farms. For the Taste Before You Waste initiative, the practices that we have been developing is to collaborate with some movements that mostly deal with the marginalized groups in order to really enter in this environment that we want to reach. The second practice we want is offering food at other organizations and events. To not focus only on weekly events, but open up a bit more. Offer is volunteer work to other spaces, also in other neighborhoods of the town. And the last practice actually is linked to the second one, to start a reflection on the location they act. Think to move in a neighborhood that is more multicultural, that actually could involve people from migrant background, that they don't usually live in the city center.